Hello and welcome to the 99th show of Get Out of Rap TV. It is the 22nd of April. Now, I'm not expecting a super busy show today, coming one day after the bank holiday. So it's the start of the week for many here in the UK. I couldn't bring you this show or do any of my Get Out of Rap content without my partners who I have to thank. And I love working with them all. Let's start with Quetzal. You may have heard the podcast I did recently with James Connors, who is the founder. Lovely, lovely human being. It's a really, really good episode. They're totally the people you need to go and speak to if you want to turn your strategy into a reality when it comes to technology, and we'll talk more about that later and how important it is. Alvaria, who are primed right now to bring you proactive customer outreach, very, very important at this time. Better outsourcing, Rich Knox up there in Sunderland and also Glasgow. They do things a bit different. And of course, the forum, wonderful, the forum, Phil, Penny, Chris, who have their awards and their conference next week. So thank you very much. Without them, I couldn't do anything. And the final thing, of course, is if your comments are not showing, please just hit refresh and don't leave, but then they should be there. Oh, look. Pete Dunn is here, the amazing Pete Dunn. Good morning. Pete is doing a webinar with Score Buddy coming up and is available. So if you are looking for someone who is a CX thought leader, a quality expert, he's done everything. So you absolutely need to get in touch with him. Alan is here. Good morning, Alan. How are you? Alan Donaghy. Let's not talk football, Alan, both of us. Jonathan O'Connor, thank you for your donation as well for my Action Aid Just Giving. I do appreciate it, my friend. I think all of you have that I've mentioned. Danny is here. Danny Wareham, organizational psychologist, a man in demand at the moment as well. You are very, very busy, Danny. So good to see you, my friend. We have an author with us as well, Dara Kiernan. Good morning, Dara. Definitely check out Dara's book about skydiving and leadership. It's very funny, very insightful. Oh, bonjour. Comment ça va to you all? Spencer Collins of Roger Voice, who I'm proud to say I am an ambassador of, helping those with tinnitus, hard of hearing, and the deaf community get access to the CX world. They have an amazing bit of tech that is life changing, I would say. So yeah, absolutely do check out Spencer and Roger Voice. Aman, hello, Aman. Um, have you had your visit yet by the CCMA, or is that coming up to PRS, where you are doing some really innovative stuff? Thanks for the shout out, mate, says Pete. No problem. Look, I had the pleasure of working with Pete for 4 or 5 years, and there's no one better. Alan says, I was not going to mention that game, but I'll be watching out for you Sunday morning. Good luck, pal. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm trying not to let it affect my energy, but I'm in I'm in a marathon hole at the moment where it's this week, it's this Sunday. I've been tapering, which means I've been doing less distance. I've been following this 16-week plan. Yesterday, I only had to run 30 minutes. Tomorrow, I only have to run 22, and that's it. And your brain starts telling you you're not going to be able to do it. But I'm very excited. I'm going to London Excel on Thursday for the London Marathon Expo to get my number. I know what my number is, but I'm getting the actual bib and my bag and get to see my name on the wall and all of that kind of thing. So it's getting very, very real. I'm trying to do as little as possible this week to try and get conserve some energy. Morris Pentel, good morning, sir. And again, thank you. Excuse me. Thank you for your donation, and thank you for your message on LinkedIn the other day, my friend. Marianne Withers, buongiorno. Marianne, I think everyone wants to know, how is the knee? I know you've had the op last week. How are you recovering? We're all sending our best. Spencer says, good news for Leeds United, too bad about Spurs. So, ouch. I think that you could say that most weeks about Tottenham. It's not been a great season for us in the Premier League. We're all about Europe now, but I'm not hopeful about that. I am happy Leeds have gone up. Got a few friends who are Leeds fans, Chris Rainsforth being one. So I bet he has a sore head this morning. So yeah, Leeds deserve it. And Aman, the CCMA are coming to visit her centre on the 1st of May, and I bet they learn loads. Here's my question for us to get to know each other a little bit better. Which famous person do you admire and why? So, which celebrity or well-known person from any area, which famous person do you admire and why? From the film world, Keanu Reeves is one I admire. I think someone that does so much for other people and charity and tries to keep things quiet about it and just seems very humble. Plus a very talented actor. From about the age of 14, for me, it was Gary Mabbott. Now, many of you might not know who he is, but when I was about that age, he was Tottenham's captain, diabetic, and talked a lot about that. And he just embodied everything. I mean, because he was a Tottenham player and the Tottenham captain, he was always on to a winner anyway. But he's just such a lovely guy. And did a lot and has continued to do a lot for other people, played hard but fair, just a real genuine leader. So those are my two. Danny, can we choose that Teasdale guy? He's LI famous. Oh, I'm really not, but yes, you can choose me, Danny. Infamous, legend in his own lunchtime. But Danny, I'm very interested to know who you would really choose. Would it be a basketball player? So Marianne has given us an update. Wrapped up with blanket, lying on the settee. So painful, taking vast amount of drugs. This is lovely to be able to have some company. Yeah, well, look, we hope your recovery goes well. You must look after yourself. Don't be thinking you can just start jumping over buildings straight away just because you've got a bionic knee now. I say that in jest. I don't want to cause you to kick me. You would put me into another postcode. But yeah, I'm sure everyone is going to be there if should you want to have a chat or catch up, because you do so much for our industry and our community. I'm sure everyone is going to send their best wishes, Marianne, for your speedy recovery. But come on, other than me, which famous person do you admire and why? Who have we got? There must be somebody there that you think, you know what? Danny. Oh yes, Danny, good shout. John Amaechi, before he was a psychologist, he was an NBA player who turned down 17 million to stay with his team. Who turned down 17 million to stay with his team for 600,000 who would take a chance on him. Loyalty in sports was almost unheard of, and I've been an admirer for over 25 years. He's amazing on LinkedIn, isn't he, mate? And thanks to you, I've also read the Giants book that he wrote and about leadership, and it's amazing. Oh, Peter, great choice. Martin Johnson, great captain and leader of people. Um, Very similar attributes to Gary Mabbutt. I mean, Martin Johnson obviously achieved a lot more, leading England to World Cup glory. But again, what an amazing guy. If you're not following Meech on LinkedIn, do it. He drops some gold content. He absolutely does. John Amachi, and you can see the spelling in Danny's comments. But yeah, his stuff is always insightful. And I don't know about you, but LinkedIn for me, I need to curate my feed a little bit better because it's quite difficult. I can keep going through advert, and something not interesting. It seems like 1 in 10 is something that is interesting at the moment. Alan Donaghy says Muhammad Ali, who said my favorite quote: "If you even dream of beating me, you'd better wake up and apologize." An icon who thought well ahead of his time. Absolutely 100% agree with that, Alan. His how he spoke was so entertaining. Absolutely love it. There's no one close to it now. Um, by no means a single inspiration. Bruce Lee, yes, for my 53 years of Kung Fu. Of course, Morris, Kung Fu Man. Love it. Billie Jean King and Muhammad Ali. Great choices. Jane is here, and Jane is an ops leader looking for a new role. So please do connect and get in touch. Hi, everyone. Just popping in briefly before I have to go out to wish MT all the best for the marathon. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, same as me. Most admired person for me, Keanu Reeves. So humble, and he's made some amazing people gestures helping others. Spencer says, I would say the famous figures I'd most are Lassie, Little Hobo, and Benji. Sure, they are not human, but to me, they have amazing personalities and an incredible sense of empathy. They would go to any length to bring comfort and joy, even in the darkest hours. Couldn't agree more. And yeah, condolences again, Spencer, for the loss of Obo. I'm with you. Often prefer dogs to people. Morris says, my former MD and a couple of the business leaders I've met. That is lovely. Um, Lots of adverts, sponsored and suggested, aka advert content being pushed to mine, even though I manually curate my feed. It's the same, Danny. I'm the same. I do curate my feed, and I'm constantly saying not interested or whatever, but it makes no difference. Dara says, and as an Irishman, I'd have to pick Katie Taylor. Yes, very true, and how she's changed women's boxing. Women's boxing wasn't in the Olympics until she helped put it there. Like Keanu, not one for the headlines and drama, and just quietly puts the work in. Her most recent fight, I followed that intently, all the build up, and the reluctance to be on camera, trying to. She didn't trash talk. She didn't do anything like that. Just a proper professional elite athlete, just wanting to get on with her work. So completely agree. Okay, a bit of a short show today because, like I say, I know it's the first day after the bank holiday, and also Sooty and Sweep, Spencer. Does Sooty and Sweep count, says Spencer Collins? Yes, of course. Why not? Aman, Barack Obama. I love his genuine. I love how genuine he is and seems an overall lovely guy and will make an effort with everyday people. Was very humble with his achievements. Yeah, completely agree. Wish he was still here. I know he's not dead, but you know what I mean. Danny says it's a part of the reason I don't use Facebook anymore. Got fed up of reporting people's baby photos as offensive content. I haven't been on Facebook for many years, and I do not miss it. Now then, like I say, a relatively short show today, mainly because I hope you are as interested in this as I am. This is an article that I read last week, and I shared it in the team leader community. It is by Anna Timms, who is the Guardian's consumer champion. The death of customer service. Why has it become so bad? More than 75% of Britons say they're frustrated with poor service, and chatbot helpers aren't helping. Our consumer champion considers a problem and how you can complain more effectively. Now, actually, the complaint section was not that big. What was really, really interesting, and I want to show you, I've hopefully summarized some of the article. There has been a significant decline in customer service across the UK. This is because of factors like our increased reliance on automation, cost cutting measures, and underinvestment in human centric support. Basically, well trained humans, well trained customer facing people, well trained team leaders. It emphasizes that while technology like AI, chatbots, and automated phone systems are intended to enhance efficiency, they often fall short in addressing complex customer issues, leading to heightened frustration. The piece underscores the importance of empathetic, empowered human agents in restoring customer trust and satisfaction. And I wanted to share some of the stats that were also used in this article. 78% of UK consumers report frustration with dealing with customer services, spending an average of 28 to 41 minutes weekly on such interactions. Customer satisfaction is at its lowest in a decade, with 24% of respondents to the UK Institute for Customer Service 2024 survey reporting poor experiences. Energy and broadband customers lost an estimated 27.3 million hours to poor customer service in 2024, amounting to 298 million in costs due to unresolved issues. Now, I think enough is enough. We need to reassess our customer service strategies. We need to invest in staff training, empowering agents to make decisions, and integrating technology that complements rather than replaces human interaction. We need to take action. And those at the highest level of decision making need to start addressing these customer concerns. Our industry depends on it. I don't see AI as the biggest threat to our industry. I see this as our biggest threat. This is not an isolated, it's a very, very well written article, by the way. It's very balanced, but it doesn't pull any punches. And it's true, right? The death of customer service. Why has it become so bad? That's us. That is us. We have to do something. And I think it is a real look at investment in our teams, real, true investment. We need to look at our training, our culture, people like Danny. That I mentioned Quetzal at the start. How you integrate and get the right tech stack, these guys can help you. I mentioned Alvaria because one of the things that's mentioned in this article is how companies are not proactive enough. I read this morning on LinkedIn somebody who had a cruise cancelled by a bland email. Why aren't people making proactive outbound calls to help customers when there are issues? We've got to do something. I think the time has come. We kind of look at a lot of these things, and there doesn't seem to be a massive impetus in making a difference. You know, there are so many articles and stats like this, and what are we doing? Now, don't get me wrong. When I shared this in the community, somebody wrote, "This has actually made me feel good because our company is not like this at all, and we're getting good scores." And I know so many of you are doing amazing things where you are, but this is becoming now it's continuous. There's a continual decline in our customer satisfaction responses, however they're measured, whatever metric we use. We've got a real problem, and we need to do something about it. And I wondered what you think about that now. Then I've missed some comments as I've been ranting. Danny says, I don't feel it's a decline in customer service. It's a decline in customer hospitality. Service is what we do. Hospitality is how we make others feel. With the reduction in humanity, either through tech or operational pressures, we're reducing the opportunity to provide hospitality. As always, Danny, a wonderfully insightful view. And it's really, really interesting. Perhaps you're dead right. That distinction is how we elevate things, because the service is just a service. That's what we're providing, right? Alan Donaghy says, I tried to talk to the customer service department for a well-known furniture retailer on Monday. The experience would make everyone who is attending here wretch. And I think that's the issue, isn't it? Jonathan said, oh, just want to get the right one. Jonathan O'Connor said, I spent 2.5 hours on to Universal US to be transferred into the same queue, I believe, for Skype to cut me off after 4 hours. Oh, I'm having second-hand pain for you there, Jonathan. That is awful. Sorry, let me just let Hugo out. He's in the office with me. There you go, buddy. He's had enough. He's voting with his feet. Okay. Yeah, awful, Jonathan. That is Pete Dunn. It's almost as if once again the vast amounts of money spent marketing tech has turned heads and sold licenses without any real effort to solve the core issues driving these headlines. So true. It was such a powerful article, mate, because you just think we have never had better tech. We've never had more, and this isn't a criticism of them, by the way, but we've never had more CX experts available to come in and help us, right? And to give us new things to think about and to show us the way forward. Access to getting it right has never been easier, yet we're just not. And I wonder if it is right at the top, people are being blinded a little bit by some of the things that are not, they are searching for silver bullets when this stuff is very, very basic. What we know what customers want. They don't want the type of experience Jonathan's just talked about. They don't want to waste their time. They want to talk to a knowledgeable person who can help them, and they want to talk to them quickly, efficiently. They don't want to be passed around from pillar to post. They don't want to have to go through some adventure quest just to find the right number to contact us. And then when they do, navigate around 5 different channels and all the hurdles we seem to put to get to speak to someone, to get something done. Spencer says, in my opinion, the AI engineer needs a thorough evaluation in handling online customer service. Without improvements, these issues could escalate, much like the chaos caused by the power failure that disrupted operations at Heathrow Airport. Very, very true, Spencer. And I think just the day-to-day stuff, we're all the same, right? I know that I've got to contact my utility company, my broadband isn't great, and I need to speak to them. And you have to steel yourself to do that. You have to think, right, here we go. This is going to be painful. Why are we in this position? Why are we in this position? We are the ones that can change it. The organizations that exist in this industry do a great job of sharing best practice. But I think we need to start banging the drum loud enough that the C-suite can hear it and actually just start simplifying things and making it easier for the customer. Because report after report, survey after survey shows the same thing. Now, perhaps there's something in customer behavior, and we're not quite keeping up with that. But nonetheless, this is telling us we have a problem. And it's gone on and on and on and on and on, and we need to do something about it. How long have I been saying this, Martin? Says Marianne Withers. I have been banging this drum for such a long time. You have. Understand what excellence actually is, because so many companies perceive they are excellent when they are very mediocre. Maurice Pentel says the underlying problem is the poor measurement of trust in designing CX and EX. This measurement failure leads to poor design. It is the faulty metrics. Trust is the elephant in the room. Everyone based their metrics on Jean Balderil's system. Sorry if I've mispronounced that, which does not include core values. Fix the system of measurement to include trust, and you will see the gap clearly. Love that. Absolutely love that. Jonathan O'Connor says, it was awful, but I will be in the new theme park in 2 weeks' time. Lucky you. And this is what they rely on, right? They rely on the fact that you really need to get something done, that you are willing to go through something that you probably need therapy for afterwards. Jane Slater says, we've started to accept as a norm having to wait to speak or chat to an agent for up to 45 minutes, hearing the usual, we are busier than normal, and our wait times are longer than we would like. We should address that as a matter of priority, then move on to the quality of the interaction when we actually get to have one. So true. We've got to start challenging ourselves to be better. But Alan Donaghy says, people like to converse with people. However, as long as any business blinkedly sees a customer experience department as a cost center as opposed to a value adding center, this will sadly continue. Very true. Very, very true. It's those senior people that need to come and understand what we are trying to do. It seems as though, Pete Dunn says, it seems as though it's almost easier to invest in the latest tech and shrug when it fails than invest in people, culture, outcomes. Very, very true. What if all a customer needs to do is log the query, get signed to an individual ownership, and they manage it end to end? Insurance claims work this way. Why not customer service, AHT, RAP, and all those stats is what is hurting our industry. The current BPO models are out of date. Very interesting. I can't, maybe other people can, but something in your settings means I can't see who has said that. I'd love to know. So please do let me know. Danny, controversial view, Danny Wareham. People pointing at customer behavior just feels like victim blaming. It's our fault, but no drop of rain ever feels responsible for the flood. Very, very true. And this is what I was saying. We need to do something about it. Spencer Collins, why don't we all create a GOW company, one that helps make every business happier and offers customers the kind of reassurance that feels like having a best friend by their side? Spencer, you are always full of amazing ideas. I struggle to keep this one going. But listen, one thing I would say, the brain power of you guys, your experience and skill set would make a wonderful, wonderful company. Aman says, I do try and create a culture of focusing on what you can do for customers rather than what you can't. Nothing frustrates people more than being told what they cannot be done. There is usually some ground for compromise. Very, very true. Jihad Landy, thank you very much for that comment. And yeah, it'll be in your settings how you can amend that. Maurice Pentel, we need to train accountants in customer experience maths, but of course, we need to train CX experts first. It's very, very true. So, as always, your comments are spot on. Like I say, check out this article, "The Death of Customer Service: Why Has It Become So Bad?" by Anna Timms in The Guardian. Very, very interesting. Okay. So this is show 99. Show 100, I would like to invite some of you on. We can have you can have up to 10 technically on this. I think that would be too many. But if you are interested in being on the 100th show for us to talk about the current topics of the day, kind of face to face, please just let me know. You can let me know now, or you can drop me a message later. It won't be next Tuesday. I think I will still be recovering, but it will be hopefully be the Tuesday after. But that'll be the 100th show, and I wouldn't have kept doing it unless you guys were uh, getting involved. I just feel like I kind of set the chairs out of the community center and unlock it, and then we all go in and just have a really good chat. That's in my mind how it works. So I'm the kind of the janitor, if you will. But yeah, 100 shows coming up. I'd love to, for any of you interested, come on and we can chat together about some of the topics of the day. Spencer says, yes, please, I would be interested. Great. Thank you, Spencer. And yeah, I will let you know when it will be. Finally, Tracy, good morning, Tracy Newton. Morning. What will the topic be for the 100th? I don't know. What do you think? What do you think would be good to talk about? Let me know. Finally, this is I'm at £4,100. I've had a donation today from Elaine Lee and Alison as well. Alison made a lovely donation. Thank you very much. We're at £4,100 for ActionAid, which is amazing. You can donate all the way up to Sunday and past. Use the QR code if you want to. I think looking at this list of people, everyone pretty much has, but it would be great. This is good. This is what's going to help me on Sunday. And this week is all about trying not to be too nervous about the big day. I've just seen some more comments I've missed that have just come through. But look, yeah, message me if you are interested in joining me for the 100th show. It should be great. Thank you all so much. Like I said, this is a bit short. I appreciate each and every one of you, not just for coming on today, the day after bank holiday, but always for your insight, for your friendship, and for your support in everything I do, but specifically at the moment for the London Marathon, which I am kind of obsessed with. So the next time we do this show, I will have done it. Positive mental attitude there, because my brain is telling me you won't have done it. I will have done it. And thank you for all your messages of support. And I will see you after the marathon. Pretty scary, but I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.